Yeah, the next one is
Shout out to everybody sending me my message, man. I'm telling you, I see you. Let me see something real quick.
let's see. So
Everybody hitting me.
we had another one here.
Oh wow!
We were tagged in.
Shout out to Rachel. Very very beautiful.
Let's hear this.
I had two guys call in. They work at DNA testing centers. One guy had to quit. One guy still works there. He told me 40% of the children are not the man's child.
40%.
40%. He said 40%.
Somebody call
and
Maury.
it's usually
Make DNA testing
it's
mandatory.
two scenarios. It's where the woman, the person's getting a DNA test because the woman claims that is their child. Turns out it's not. The other one is where the parent is on a deathbed and makes a confession, or they need a liver transplant, blood transfusion, and the blood type. There's no way that can actually be the father. So then they find out because of medical reasons. You mean that's not my father? Then the father finds out from that way. He said it took such a toll on him that he could no longer do it because he would be sitting on the phone counseling the men and the grown children who these women falsely accuse. We see it on Moore, we see it on paternity court, but yet we say men need to be held accountable.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very high number. 40%. You would think maybe 10% at the most, worst case scenario. 40% is crazy.
I don't think it's high because
That's high.
I don't think it's high. You know why?
It's not normal.
It is very normal because it tells you that 40% of women that are fucking so random, and so many men that they don't even know who the father of their child is. And the problem is this, is when you're 19 years old and you thinking it's okay to fuck 4 or 5 men in a rotation for your amusement, where you can take advantage of all of them, right? She got one that's cooking or cleaning for her. She got one that's just fucking her for like just because he got good D. She got another one who pays her bills, and she got another one who's just like a friend. She has that emotional connection where she doesn't even like him, but she keeps him in the friend zone. Eventually, this dude wins in the future, the biggest simp of them all. But the issue is she's fucking 4 dudes randomly.
Bruh.
And she get pregnant. Sometimes that happens. And she don't know which one is the guy.
He belongs to the streets.
So what she do? She's going to pick the best father that she thinks is going to be the best ability, the best one who's going to be there. The guy who's going to take and say, I take it. You know what I mean? I take care of the child. And
Well, it seems like he's a lot of them are doing it without knowing it.
But that's
not their
but
child.
that's the problem. She knows that he's not the father. Most of these women
Sometimes she doesn't even know.
bro.
That's how bad it
but
is.
that's true.
She
But
doesn't know
let's
which one is the father.
that's true. But a woman's gonna sit there and she's gonna best her odds by picking the best guy. If you're fucking 5 guys or 4 guys in the same rotation, she's gonna look at the guy once she knows she's pregnant. I need to go with this guy because he has the house, he has the Aston Martin, the Maserati, he has the Lamborghini truck, and he has at least a $500,000 house or a $1.5 million house. I can't date the guy that got the $80,000 car. So he might be the father, but she's gonna go for the guy who has the best resources, and she's gonna knock on his door and say, "I'm pregnant," and that's where it gets fucked up. Like, and you know, if a guy's a good guy and he likes her, he's gonna say, "Okay, I accept. Let's figure this out." The problem is when that child is born, 2 things happen. They can't tell the child looks like him, or that nigga know that's not his kid.
Well, sometimes she has a similar taste in men. So all
That's
the
what I'm
men
saying.
she's with look similar. So you could fall for believing it's yours. and
That's
it's
what
not.
I'm saying. So it's either,
'Cause
you
her
know,
side dude looks kind of like
either you be like, because people do this shit all the time. Oh, it looks like you. Shut the fuck up. They be telling niggas, hey, it looks just like you. And the nigga in his head is like, I don't know. He questioning it. He questioning it. Sometimes a man knows when it's his child. You can tell by the nose, the eyebrows, the forehead, the lips. You can tell by something. I mean, sometimes you can. So I'm not. All I'm saying is this: if you got 40% of the men that women are having babies and they don't know who the father is, that tells you how bad it is when it comes to women and not being accountable for spreading their cheeks wide open for a whole bunch of men that don't give two shits about you. That's dangerous. You know how dangerous that is, because what you're doing is you're setting yourself up for failure. You're getting with guys who just busting your cheeks wide open with no commitment. And you passing up good men because you don't want to sit there and deal with a guy that you're not really interested in. What do I mean by that? He might not be 6'2". He might make $30,000 less than the other guy. You're miscalculating yourself into a position where you're ending up where your body count is just getting bigger and bigger, and the man quality is getting worse and worse.
He belongs to the streets.
Can you imagine if it was a law to have a DNA test when a child is born or during the pregnancy?
I think truthfully, if that happened, and it will happen one day, it has to. They don't have to, right? But the government will never do it right now because they're making trillions of dollars destroying the nuclear family. And people will be like, what do you mean? Well, why is the government involved into marriages anyway? Why are the government involved into divorces? It's none of their damn business. But somehow they get a profit and a percent from lawyers who taxing lawyers and taxing the system because you're using the court system, right? So they get a percent. Same thing in child support, right? And Social Security. So they control a lot of how relationships are programmed. And the problem is if you're making trillions of dollars off of breaking up families, that's crazy. So, women are not happy right now. Most women are miserable in relationships because you have society of women, because so many women are so much more empowered than ever that they're looking at it like, I don't need a man for shit. Fuck a man. You got women saying men should die. Like, men are not, we don't need them. But they don't realize how much freedom they have because of a man. If men disappear, you'll be fucked.
Stop it. Get some help.
You'll be fucked. You couldn't survive without the protection of a man. Men give security and protection. It's the most important thing I think a man has to do. You don't want a man who get his ass beat every day. You want a guy that you feel comfortable with, that you know that security and protection is so important. And listen, if a man is not bringing you that, then you need to fucking get the hell out of that relationship or that friendship, where the fuck you in. But it's very important.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Seriously.
I think people need to stop trying to manufacture their own reality and just accept reality as it is. Obviously, a man is needed. A woman is also needed. That's the reason we're both here. You can't just manufacture your own reality and have certain things and not have other things and think that it's going to go smoothly. The reason it's designed this way is because this is the way it goes smoothly.
I agree with that.
Going against nature rarely works.
But that's what make us who we are, right? We want to go against God. We want to go against nature. We want to go against Mother Nature. We want to be different. America is different. I would say it's scary right now for a lot of people when it comes to investing, when it comes to families, when it comes to buying or creating. It's scary. You have a lot of men right now who don't even want to commit no more to a marriage or a relationship. They rather just make money, build themselves an empire, and then just date young girls who's more influenced by money and material things.
Yeah, I mean that stuff that can make for a good life and a fun life, but eventually you get old enough where it's like, now what?
I don't think men care no more. I
No,
truly
they
believe.
don't. That's the problem.
I don't think men care no more. I think men have been disrespected for so long that men have now no longer want to deal with this fuckery that's going on in the West, or where it seems like now it's spreading all over the world. But men are like, fuck this. Like, if I'm not getting what traditional should be, so I'm no longer being traditional. I'm not opening your fucking door. Fuck that. I'm not buying you flowers. Because the guy who buys the girls the flower, he's considered a simp and he's the soft one. And the problem is girls don't like soft men. That's why the guys who are nice, they get treated like shit. And the guys who treat women like shit get treated like kings. Women like to be treated badly. Some women can say, no, I don't. Listen, you go into the relationship getting treated badly, making yourself think that's attractive. But then once you're in the relationship, it becomes more dangerous because you think you can change his aggression, but you cannot. You can't have a bad boy and think once you're in the relationship, he's gonna be good. A bad boy is a bad boy. You ain't changing no bad boy to a good boy. It don't work that way. You know what I mean? You get a man as he is. If he a gangster, he's a gangster. Is he? It's just, it is what it is. Stop going for the guys that's not good for you. Stop going for the guys that's bad for you. And then you can save yourself maybe a decade and have a good relationship and a good marriage so you don't have to be 34, 35 out here in the streets, still not married, desperate for a husband. Going to clubs at 37. A man could be in a club at 50. A woman should only be in the club with her man if she passed like 35, 30, 38. Come on, man. You should not be in the club. You're 38 in the nightclub. Yes, you look good. You're very, very beautiful. You're sexy. But why are you in the club with 22-year-old, 23-year-olds? What the fuck you doing with, like, it doesn't make sense.
They're not growing out of it. They're not wanting to grow up and
It doesn't make sense. So what you gonna do? You gonna meet some NBA ball player, football player, baseball player, NASCAR driver, comedian, somebody who's a rapper, maybe 25, 27 years old, who's probably a multimillionaire, and he's gonna like you because, I mean, you sexy as hell, right? And you much older, so he's gonna take you for the experience. That's what he's going to fuck you for. He's not going to fuck you because he wants to commit to you. He's going to fuck you for the experience. He's going to look like, damn, she still look that good? Damn, look at that ass. Damn, she still got that body and she 37? Damn, that shit, she must have some work. He's going to fuck you for the experience. He ain't going to fuck you to keep you. He's going to go back to that 26-year-old, 25-year-old. Because that's much easier for him to work with. That's more easier for him to say she has less bodies. She has less damage. Compared to that 37-year-old who's seen a lot of demons. Thank you for watching the Cash Money Dreams podcast. Like and subscribe. Follow us on every platform. Stay tuned. Every week we drop in a new episode. It's your boy Cash, man.